Hello everyone, Kate here from Keight Krafts sharing with you another project for Hollow Tree Hobbies. Let's get started. So to kick things off, I've gone ahead off camera and cut out everything we'll need for today's Swivel Surprise card. Now this little T-piece here, we are going to be folding back on the first top bit here, and then we'll go ahead and fold on the diagonal and give that a good mash down. Now I'm using 110-pound cardstock. I don't think it's the best for this one per se. Maybe 85 or 65 might be better, or even pattern paper would work. So next we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold on the diagonal on the opposite side there, on the same side but on the other direction. And then I like to fold back towards me so I get that nice inverted crease and everything folds together a little bit more nicely than folding everything one side direction, if you know what I mean. Next, I'm going to show you with my highlighter here where all of the adhesive I'll be using today is going to go. Now, hindsight, I probably could have put highlighter along that swoosh bottom there, and it doesn't matter. You can or you can't, it doesn't matter. I found that both ways work just fine. And if that's a little segue to an upcoming video that I have prepared for you guys for Hollow Tree Hobbies, I don't know what would be, but if you guys haven't yet, I would suggest heading over to the Hollow Tree Hobbies website if you see anything in this video that you would like to get your hands on, as well as the social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook, not just YouTube, and there is Pinterest, and I believe there's a blog as well. So next we are going to take our little piece and have it all folded up into this nice neat little arrow, and we are going to mash that little bit down right there, and we're just going to check our work to make sure that that's going to open, and then we're going to add some double-sided tape to the little bits right here where all of the highlighter is. Now you don't have to use double-sided tape for that little triangle bit in the middle. I know they used glue on the video itself, but I had that nice little triangle there that I could use, so I thought I would add that to the mix. Now I do end up doing some double stick to this, and you'll see that in a minute. But first we are going to take our first little bit here of the release tape, and we'll get our Barely Arts glued together, give a few little dots here and there just because I enjoy double sticking everything, because this gets a lot of play. I really had a lot of fun playing with this, and I had so much fun I had to create another card. So if you stay tuned, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be having another Swivel Surprise card next week, so it's exciting. I know, I love it. I just love this thing. At first, when I saw it, I thought it was a little intimidating, but once I understood the mechanism, this is just way too much fun. So if you're a little reserved about whether or not to get this one's easy. I like this one better than the last interactive one. I mean, that one was cool too. I enjoyed using that one, but this one definitely. I definitely had a lot of fun putting this one together. So once we've got that little mechanism seated where it needs to be, I've gone ahead off camera and I've cut out Halloween into a little square. I've gone ahead and colored it so it kind of matches my witch's hat, just to give everything a pop of color. And once I've got that nice and lined up, we'll give that a good mash down, and we are ready to assemble this last bit here. So again, we're going to throw some tape down on this. I find in my next video that putting tape down on everything really helps. So put your tape down first, and then you don't have to constantly go back to find your tape, because I may or may not have misplaced my roll of tape throughout the recording of this video, and I was so excited to use this one that I just had to. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and maybe that notification bell so you don't miss a video here on Hollow Tree Hobbies. So this little bit here, I struggled with. I wanted to make sure that you were able to see, have a happy, and then it would say Halloween. And I go with the liquid glue because I am using glitter cardstock here, and I want to make sure that it's nice and stuck. But because I've got that wiggle room with the liquid glue, that I'm able to move it around. Now, it would have looked really cool if I had left it like that, but I kind of wanted it straight. And now that I look at it, I should have left it the first way, because that looked a little bit neater. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to where it needs to be, And then I'm going to open it up and very carefully slip that underneath my little circle mechanism there and give that a good mash down. And then we can go ahead and work on adding the last little step to the assembly of our card here. So, or at least the inside. So I've gone ahead and taken that release tape off and I've tested that out and it works just fine. So next up, we are going to be playing with the Boo-Ya set. So I'd gone ahead off camera and I've colored them in, and then we are just going to add some of the Barely Arts glue to our black glitter cardstock, and we're going to glue these adorable little ghosties down. Now, I just love these ghosts, and I was tickled pink to see that they were carried again in the Hollow Tree Hobbies website because, Halloween was a little ways away, are a little ways behind us, and now we are going into the spooky season, even though it's not quite here yet. I wanted to get a jump start. Now, you don't have to make spooky cards like this for Halloween. I know some people don't, but I do, and every so often, I like to send them out, and they're just a lot of fun. And you get to be free with the Halloween and the spooky, and yeah, so that's why we're using the ghosties today, because they're just too stinking adorable, and I love them so much. So now that we've got everybody glued down, I've gone ahead off camera, and I have added in some foam tape to the back, just to give a little bit of dimension, and we are going to take off the release tape, and then we are going to add a little bit of double stick. So give me a second here while I take off all of the release tape. Excuse my fat fingers. I find the pokey tool really helps when you're trying to take off that paper because sometimes the fingers are just a smidge too fat to get at it. So again, here we come with the double stick and our Barely Arts glue, just adding dots here and there. That way I have some wiggle room if I need to move this. So once I've got everybody lined up, I'll give that a good mash down. And I had some stars left over from another project that I have in the making, and I thought I would just add the extra ones that I had to the front. So you almost get like the silver metallic with the brush silver, which I thought was a really nice touch. So again, I'm just booping these guys around. No rhyme, no reason. I think I kept an odd number. I think there was 7 of these. You don't have to add these. You could add gems and you could add sequins. You could even add googly eyes if you wanted to. So we'll set that off to the side to dry, and we're going to take our card base here that we've got our swivel mechanism in, and we've added some double-sided tape runner, and then we're just going to go around with our Barely Arts glue, writing Hollow Tree Hobbies. This step is optional, but I do like to incorporate it into my videos for them, and a whole bunch of hearts because I love their store. And once we've got that, we'll line everybody up, give that a good mash down, and here you have my finished project. I really hope that you enjoyed today's card and you give the Swivel Surprise a try because it is absolutely magical and I just love it. And if you haven't already, please give this video a like and a subscribe, and don't forget to check out the Hollow Tree Hobbies website. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.